Ribby's trying to scoot in there alone. It pinballs to the crease. Score!
Let's get it.
Oh my God! Here we go.
You're listening to the Pod Street Blues Podcast with your hosts, Derrik.
How you gonna get it, brother?
John. Matt Casey.
Unnecessary, but totally necessary.
And Cody.
What's not to love?
What's happening, everybody? Welcome to another episode, a very special episode, I may add, of the Pod Street Bullies. My name is Derrik, and as you can see, I am not joined by John or either of the Matts. I'm actually joined here by Mike and his daughter Cheyanne from Father Daughters Talk Flyers, their YouTube channel. Mike, obviously, on Twitter at JerseyMike_FDTF. So, guys, welcome to the pod, first and foremost. Really
Hello,
excited to have you. Absolutely. So introduce yourselves here. Let everybody know who you are, and give us your spiel here in terms of the YouTube channel, how it got started, things like that as well.
You go first.
Okay. So I'm Mike. This is my youngest daughter, Cheyanne. I have two older daughters. The oldest is Tabitha. My middle daughter is Michelle. And we're just big Flyers fans, and we wanted to kind of do something as a family. And she always wanted to be, YouTube and TikTok and all that. But at her age, when we started this, she was 10. I wasn't comfortable doing something by herself. Mm-hmm. So this was a nice compromise where we did something as a family, but she still got to be on social media, but more safely. So we just started talking Flyers and doing different things.
Awesome. Hence the name.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, the name fits.
The name.
No, that's great. So, I mean, and we got to talk a little bit here before the show started, get to know each other a little bit, because really this is the first time we've gotten to talk. And it was brought up because, your guys' relationship reminded me a lot of my mother's and mine, because my mom is the one who actually got me into hockey. So I know how special that bond can be. I know that, you really enjoy that time together, especially watching Flyers games. But Cheyanne, tell me a little bit about here, kind of how you got into things with the Flyers, the process setting up your YouTube channel as well, and how it's going.
So, starting back when I was itty bitty, and how I got into Flyers is pretty much Dad brought me to every practice, and I just got to see them all skate, and I thought it was super cool, and he kept taking me, and I kept loving it more. And then Dad told me, do you want to start a YouTube channel with me? I was like, sure. So then we went to my oldest sister's house, and she helped us make this channel because we didn't know how to do it.
Sure. It's all going to start somewhere. I didn't know how to make a podcast 3 years ago now, I think. So, hey, really cool.
I'm lucky my oldest is good with the technology stuff, so she helped us start.
Yeah.
But
sure.
We go to practice in Voorhees a lot. Because, it's free. I mean, I got 3 daughters. So going to a game, obviously, we all know is not the cheapest thing. So, but practice in Voorhees is totally free. And you're on the glass.
Yeah.
And, her being, since the time she was in a stroller going, the players would all wave to her. And, hockey players are just the best. So they were all nice to her. They'd all wave. They'd throw pucks over the glass to her, stuff like that. And as long as she'd asked to go, and I wasn't going to complain. So that's how she started going, She started really liking it. So, and it was great because I already did. You're talking about your mom. My dad grew up with the Bullies. So, like most people, everybody was an Eagles fan, but then hockey all of a sudden became a thing. So my dad was a Bullies fan, and I grew up watching most of the 80s guys like Prop and Kerr and, Hextall.
They're all on the shirt.
Yeah, I got my Bullies shirt on.
Nice.
So, so my dad passed the love on to me, and I'm lucky all 3 of my girls, hockey's their favorite sport.
Great.
And naturally, I didn't have to push them into it.
Oh, yeah. No, no coercion, obviously.
Yeah. No, I totally lucked out. They all prefer hockey to everything else. So.
Oh, yeah. And it started a lot, with my mom, but my grandfather used to have season tickets. And every year for my birthday, when I started following, he would sit me down at a calendar and say, I've got tickets to this game, this game, this game. pick a game you want to go to, and the love starts somewhere. It always does, and it just seems so organic in your case, in which with Cheyanne going to Voorhees, wanting to go to Voorhees to see the practices. That's just so cool to me. And aside from the chit chat here, kind of diving right into everything. I did a little bit of research. Obviously, Mike and we were talking last night. I was watching a lot of the videos. You guys started about 9 months ago with this YouTube channel, and there's over 44 episodes now. You guys put out a show every Friday. Yeah. So in terms of starting that YouTube channel, I guess, what was the thought process? How did you really get into wanting to do the YouTube channel?
Dad was the one that pretty much came up to me. He told me he's been meaning to say this for years because he's wanted to do it for a while. And he just told me, I know you want to be on social media and stuff, and we all like hockey, and Dad has a whole room dedicated to it, so you can't get really bored with it.
Yeah.
He just wanted to make it.
I have a man cave. And like I said, she wanted to be on social media. I thought it would be really cool if at least she started with something that I was monitoring, so she's safe.
Of course.
And this way was something we could do together. Because I even look at ones from 44 weeks ago, and she's grown just in that. So
yeah,
I'll kind of forever have something of her at this 10, 11, 12, however long she does it. But I'll have a nice, great memories that I have on video. I can always look back on just watching her grow over the last 40 some weeks. It's, already been something.
That's something I didn't even think of. I mean, it'd be incredible, 10, 15, 20 years from now, being able to look back at that and see kind of the progression, how it went. Because even from those 44 videos and what I've noticed, you can see how Cheyanne, you look so much more comfortable as those videos go on. The questions get more intricate. It's really cool, even just as a third person, to see that. But, again, back to those videos, what really got me and what attracted me to it is the fact that you've talked to some of the greats. I mean, at such a young age too. I'm 31 and I haven't gotten to talk to half the people you have, which is amazing. But Riley Cote, Brian Propp, Bill Barber, Bob Kelly, Todd Fedoruk, you've talked to all these guys. What's it like for you being able to talk to some of the greatest to ever don a Flyers uniform?
Shocking. I wasn't around to really see them play, so you told me they're amazing. My dad's told me they're amazing, but I've never actually seen them really play for my own eyes. So It's still really shocking that I know that they've worn the Flyers uniform for years, and they're some of the best people. Because me and my dad, we've gone through the best top fighters and stuff like that, and they've been on it. So that's that they're really cool.
But she's good too, so thank goodness for old YouTube clips, because she'll go back and when one of the guys says yes, or she'll watch. She does great research. I mean, she watches old YouTube clips of Brian Propp doing a fa, or Terry Carter when he was here. She talked to him, and she found when he was the Florida Panther. Remember the rats raining down in the playoffs that year? So she's watching that video, and then so she's like, "Oh, I want to make sure I ask him about that." So she does a lot of research. I mean, some of it's just talking to me, but some of it's her own. She reads their wiki page. She looks at their old clips. And then she gets to know, so she's seen them play, obviously not live, but she's seen them play. I mean, everybody knows how great, Propp was here, and how tough Cote was, but she's watched the fight videos. She's, so it's cool watching her do research too, and kind of discovering the stuff I watched live that, now she's like, did you see him make that move? Yeah. I'm like, yes, I remember.
I saw it live.
I saw it live and I remember, but she's like, that's really cool. So it's neat watching her discover these guys. And I got to say, the players, hockey players are the nicest people on the planet. They have all been just so accommodating to her, so encouraging to her, every one of them taking their time. And she's real prepared, and they appreciate that too. But they're really great with her, which is awesome.
Yeah.
That was one thing I noticed too, just how well prepared you are when you speak to these people, because, I'm guilty. I fanboy over some of these guys too. I get it, but just the composure, and, you don't seem starstruck at all by some of these guys. How do you remain so calm when you talk to these guys?
Normally I am scared for my life, and I'm just getting the courage to go there and talk to them. So I literally just try to remain calm as I can. And like I also said, I haven't seen all of these people play in person, So it also helps there. Because I know if Dad went up there, he would be freaking out.
Yeah, there's been a couple we've met that I'm like, and I try to
Right.
my inner 13-year-old comes out, and I'm like, no, pull it together. So,
Yeah.
but well, I think like her first interview was Derrik Sotomayor, the former equipment manager.
Yep.
Derrik could not have been nicer about it. I mean, he was like, we're going to go in a quiet space in this over here room. We're just the three of us. We're at the camera. If you need to retake, I mean, he just so made her at ease. That, if we have to do a couple of takes, no problem. My time is all yours. I mean, he was so polite that I know that helped put her at ease at first.
Yes, that too.
And she writes stuff down. I mean, she's 11. She's not, I don't expect her to memorize. I want her to be calm and, I want her to I want her to be successful. Oh, yeah, there you go. I want her to be successful. So, I mean, there's no pressure on her or anything like that. And I hope that helps her that she knows, I don't expect her to be perfect. And I think she does a great job. So the guys help. The guys are real helpful. Like I said, especially like her. I think if the first one had went wrong, you wouldn't be talking to us, and we'd only have like 3 episodes of the show. But but like I said, Derrik and Riley Cote were like 2 of our first, and they were very accommodating. I think that built our confidence a lot too, which was nice.
We also didn't even mean to get Riley. Like we didn't even mean to get him. But he was just there while we were getting Derrik, and we were like, hey, would you mind doing this with us?
Yeah, and he was just like, no problem. I got time. Let's sit down. Let's do it.
Yeah, I've had one run-in with Riley Cote when I worked in news, and it was in the Bethlehem area. There was a shop opening up that he was a big supporter of, and just the most accommodating guy, nicest guy, easiest to talk to. People would be pulling him aside. He'd just, he was great. So, I mean, I can see, especially with them on Nasty Knuckles, and Derrik and Riley, both those guys just seem to have such easygoing personalities, which makes it a lot easier to talk to them.
Yes. Yeah, I think so. And a lot of the guys like that. I mean, how many times, like we go to a lot of alumni charity games.
Yeah.
Sure.
So we've seen Bob Kelly dozens of times. I've got to say, every time you see him, he's just a great person.
Yeah.
Just super nice.
At this point, he's a very nice dad. We've seen him so many times.
Yeah, he knows both our names. But
Great.
but I mean, never changes. It's not like guy doesn't even have an off day. Like he's just so nice. And most of the ex-Flyers are like that. They've all been just nice people.
Yeah. No, and that's fantastic. I mean, to be able to go and do this and talk to these types of players, past players, players right now, I think it's amazing. Again, being able to keep your composure when talking to some of these guys, because myself, I don't know if I'd be able to, honestly.
Yeah, you do great. You do. You really do. I think her being prepared helps her too.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
yeah.
She writes out her questions. She reads them. Like we practice. Usually when we're driving somewhere, she reads them to me, and I pretend to be the player and make up stuff. So she practices. She really prepares for it.
It's like getting ready for a spelling test. You
Right.
have to get the preparedness so that way you can do good at the actual thing. And then
Yeah, that's a great comparison. A great comparison. Yeah. So, Mike, I wanted to kind of get a little bit deeper, if you will, but in terms of sharing this type of bond with Cheyanne here, your daughter. How special is it to you to be able to, one, share that passion, and two, do it in a way that, you guys get that message out there and you're able to broadcast to, the whole Flyers community, really?
I mean, it's huge. I have 3 daughters. Cheyenne's the most interested in this. My oldest is 2, but she's in college right now. So she's got a lot going on with grades.
Sure.
But it's fantastic. I mean, I love being a dad. I love my 3 girls. I think it's great when they like something I like. I mean, because let's be honest, there's definitely plenty of, like, she's in dance and other things that aren't quite as interesting to me, but of course I support her. But it's nice that it's nice that she's really into this. Like, I'm not making her do this.
Yeah.
She enjoys it. We look forward to, usually sometimes the interviews are different days, or if it's just a regular episode, like we usually film it Thursday night. So we're planning it during the week and talking about it, and then we film it Thursday, and then we put it up Friday. It's great spending that time with her. Yeah. It's great seeing her mind work, and these aren't all mine. She comes up with some of the segments because I have a man cave. I have like Flyers jerseys and signed pucks and bobbleheads and all that stuff, and it's one I like that she thinks some of that stuff's cool and that she likes to show it off, and it's going to be hers one day. So
sure.
It's just fun sharing with her. It's really fun doing something that's a family. I mean, that's why. I mean, she named the channel, but it couldn't have been more simple. It's just father and daughters, talking Flyers. It's us together, and I think that's everything. Doing stuff with family is, it's super important.
Absolutely. And Cheyanne, on the flip side of that, like how special is it for you being able to spend that time with your dad, between being prepared for the shows, the interviews, and then, obviously coming on and doing those videos?
It's really special because he works so hard. Most people don't see how hard he works behind the scenes of getting this interview, talking to this person for me, setting up this video, doing whatever. Really, and it's just really special because you get to see him, and it's a nice way to bond and spend time with my dad, because
Awesome.
he obviously doesn't want to listen to my dance and makeup rants. He doesn't care about that.
I do, but they're not my favorite. But
Sure.
yeah,
Not your cup of tea. I've got 2 younger sisters, so I get it. They were both cheerleaders. I was, baseball, football, basketball, track. I was like, I get that. But moving forward here, and again, a question for both of you. I'll start with you, Cheyanne. Current and all time. Let's start with current. Who's your favorite
Carter
flyer?
Hart.
Carter
Carter
Hart. Yeah.
I have a jersey on right now.
Oh, get out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
She's got black 79 Heart jersey. Yeah,
All
Yeah.
right.
she loves Carter.
Nice. I love Carter Hart too. I get it.
He knows
all-
my name. He loves me. Yeah.
Yeah, Carter actually will recognize her and say hi, Cheyanne, every
Yeah.
time he sees her. Yeah, unfortunately, COVID kind of, but
Sure.
yeah, she's been around at practice and stuff. He recognizes her. And I was at the draft in Buffalo when he got drafted.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was
That's
my we took a road, that's how hockey obsessed I am. I literally, my 40th birthday, we went to Buffalo for the draft and then Toronto for the Hall of Fame. That was my road trip.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's
So yeah.
That's better than what I asked my wife for. WrestleMania is coming to Philadelphia, and I told her I'll forego birthday and Christmas that year.
Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very lucky. Shout out to my wife. She planned a great trip for my 40th birthday, and yeah, so I actually got to meet Carter. Literally, we walked off the floor, and it was the first time I met him.
Oh, that's neat.
Somewhere.
Yeah, and he's he always
It's literally right there.
Get out.
I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but oh yeah, here it is.
It's his ticket
So
and all that.
it's his first game he started, and there's a picture of me and him right at the barrier in Buffalo. Literally, he was
Wow.
drafted 4 minutes before that was taken.
Yeah.
Is that a Shane Gostisbehere jersey I see?
Oh yeah, I have a chance. Oh yeah, I was wearing that at the draft. Yeah, sorry,
Nice.
I forgot what I was wearing.
No. That's
Yeah.
awesome. No, that is so cool.
Yeah.
So then in terms of all time, Cheyanne, who is your favorite all-time flyer?
Chemo.
Chemo. Oh,
Timo Timonen.
I wanted so bad to have my mom on this episode because that's her all-time favorite flyer too. Well, it's a tie. It's Chemo Timonen and John LeClaire.
Oh,
She
John LeClaire is
loves
good.
John LeClaire. For her
Yeah.
birthday, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, my sisters and I got her a black John LeClaire jersey, and she's one for years. And she
Yeah.
was so happy. And that was the same year I got my Eric Desjardins jersey, and I was so happy.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah. So, Mike, currently,
Yeah.
who's your favorite flyer right now?
Well, I agree with her. I mean, my favorite flyer right now is Carter Hart.
Sure.
I'm a goalie. I've always been a goalie.
Okay. So
Yeah,
the
I
goalie
do
tie.
play street hockey too. So yeah, so I'm a big fan of Carter. And then all time, he had just retired before I really started watching Bernie Perrant, but I was a big Pelly Lindbergh fan, and then Ron Hextall.
That's the other jersey that I've got, Ron Hextall, and I'm afraid to
Okay.
wear it to the Wells Fargo Center now.
It's hanged up right there. It's signed and it's hanged up right there.
My Hextall's on the wall.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, next
Wow.
to my signed Carter Hart jersey. They're both on the wall over there.
All right, cool.
But
I mean,
she,
I've seen. Go ahead.
She
I'm
did,
sorry.
when she met Chemo Timonen, well, first of all, she was very little. So
That's it.
go ahead, tell her.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the story is, I was really, really little, and one of the things is I could not pronounce his name, so I kept saying Nemo instead of Chemo.
Like the fish?
Yeah.
But he thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
He just rolled with it. He was like, "She's so cute. She can call me anything she wants." I was like, "Okay."
So he was Nemo, and also he was the first person to give me a puck. He gave me a puck over the glass.
Oh, cool.
So I just found that fascinating as that young age.
Yeah. So that became her first favorite flyer.
Sure. Absolutely. Now, moving forward here too, to get again, maybe we'll call it a little bit deeper. Mike.
Yep.
Do you have any advice for parents, moms, dads, whoever it might be, that have a kid, son, daughter, whatever it might be as well, that do share a vested interest in, whether it's the Flyers or any sports team or anything for that matter, because, just from talking to you in this little bit, I can tell how special that bond is between you and Cheyanne. But, for me with a 2-year-old, like, I want to get a behind the scenes look here, like just how special and any advice that you have in terms of that bond, creating it, preserving it, whatever it might be.
Well, I mean, the best thing is just enjoy it. Enjoy every moment. I mean, she's already 11, which I know to her seems like it's taken forever to get to 11. To me, it's like a blink of an eye. She's got a 20-year-old sister who I love her. I'm very proud of her. She does a lot of great things. I don't get to see her as much because she's got a job and she's got college. So it's really just enjoy every moment. Find things that you like to do together and do them. Make the most of it. Don't don't let work get in the way, or don't let being grumpy get in the way.
Sure.
Try to have a positive outlook in life and try to enjoy spending as much time together as you possibly can, because she's eventually going to go to college and get married. It seems silly, but it time waits for no one. It's going to happen. So just enjoy every moment you can with them. Especially if you're lucky enough to find something that you really have a fun time doing together.
Sure. That's all the more important. I mean, if you guys enjoy it together, I mean, that makes it that much more special. Cheyanne, at the wise age of 11 years old, what type of advice do you have for, boys, girls your age that enjoy the same type of thing as your parents and get to create something this special?
The wise words of Cheyanne today. Honestly, if you enjoy something that your parents also enjoy, talk to them about it. Try to make a conversation with it. Because as long as you can have that memory of talking about it or bonding it or whatever, it will be special forever. I will never forget this. This isn't something I'm just going to forget tomorrow. Like, I'm going to remember this for my whole life. And it will always mean a lot to me. But also, it will always mean a lot to them, too.
Certainly. Great. No, and speaking of dreams here, or memories, I should say. I'm sorry, I'm losing track. Favorite memory, and we'll stick with you, Cheyanne, from the podcast, from any memory that you have with your dad, whether it's being at practice, a game, doing a video, an interview. What is your favorite memory of you two together?
Just going to every practice, and after every practice, I'd be like, Dad, I will be good for you the whole day. I'll do whatever you want. I'll do anything if you get me from this one vending machine in the whole area, Dippin' Dots.
Yes.
Dippin' Dots. I've tried every flavor of Dippin' Dots, and I would be perfectly good if you just got me some Dippin' Dots. I will eat ice cream in the coldest weathers possible.
Yeah, inside a freezing rink, the Voorhees has a Dippin' Dots ice cream, and she's tried every flavor, and that's the thing. Because when she was really little, she always wanted to go, but well, can we go and get ice cream? And I'm like, yeah, we can do both. So, yes, she's yes, so she'll definitely eat ice cream in a freezing hockey arena every time.
Sure.
And
so
also,
does it? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm also a Girl Scout, and whenever we're at those cold cookie booths that are like 15 degrees outside, we have this one ice cream shop, and I would always go in there, and I'd be like, "Can I have a milkshake, please?"
Yeah.
And I'd go drink a milkshake outside in the 15-degree weather.
I think the hockey fan has taught her how to layer.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite flavor milkshake?
Oh, flavor.
At the Annalise shop, probably blueberry pomegranate chunk. It's really
Blueberry
good.
Pomegranate chunk. I'm a milkshake connoisseur myself, and my favorite is a banana milkshake.
Ooh, banana milkshakes are good.
I love banana milkshakes. Those are probably my favorites. You could convince me to do just about anything for a banana milkshake. It's like just my Klondike bar, really. All right. So, Mike, same question to you. Favorite memory from, games, practices, just doing this all together here with Cheyanne?
I mean, honestly, they're all pretty special that I get to do this with her. It's funny, you mentioned my Ghost jersey earlier, right? So I saw the kid in college. I liked Ghost. I mean, I know he wasn't the greatest defensive, but how exciting was it when he first got here? You know what I mean?
Yo, absolutely.
And we went to a practice, and I was wearing my Ghost jersey, and it was the first one he had ever seen somebody wearing, because I had ordered it like right away, 53 and all. I didn't care if he changed his number or whatever. So we went to a practice. He immediately came over to the glass, started tapping on it, and threw his stick over to us.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's
So yeah, and then I remember I think it was Nick Schultz. Like they were stretching, it was just the two of them, and he tapped him. He said, "Look over there," and then Ghost immediately keeps skating over. So that was
cool.
really cool. Yeah, that was a real cool memory, and I still have the stick. It's on my wall over there. So
nice.
That was fun. But we've had a lot of good experiences. I mean, just recently she sat down out. They were doing rookie camp, and we hung out, and a lot of the guys they stopped to talk to her. So she did this two of our YouTube videos. There's like, so it's just fun, and I just like watching her. I like watching her shine. You know, like I love watching her do the interviews, and they're more my idols than hers. Even though she likes the guys, but just watching her interact with, watching how nice my heroes are with her, and how much she shines when she's doing it. It's just like the perfect storm of just how to make a dad happy. You know?
Sure. No, absolutely. So, in terms of other questions that I have for you here, I really only just have one, and then I'm going to give you guys the floor to talk about, your YouTube channel as well as anything else you guys would like to promote or plug. But going back to the interviews that you've done, Cheyanne, if you could have one dream interview, who is that and why?
Anyone. Oh.
Flyers or not. It could be, movie star. It could be, anybody.
Oh, it could be like anyone. Okay.
Like anyone. We could do both if you'd like dream Flyers interview and then dream anybody interview.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
So my dream Flyers interview is Carter Hart. Yeah. Yes, I've seen him so many times, but it would be so cool to get him on the show. And Dad was going to, but then COVID just rolled around and said, nope.
Didn't have access to current players.
Yeah.
So, which, I mean, I totally got, but unfortunately that kind of, So we're waiting, hopefully one day to get Carter.
Yeah.
Well, that would be cool. So then altogether, anybody out there, your dream interview, who is that?
Oh. This isn't a Flyers person. This is like a hockey person, but probably Ed Snyder. I want to go for Ed Snyder.
If you could have, when he's still alive. Yes.
If I could,
how great would that have been?
Snyder.
Right? I didn't even think about that, but that would be a fantastic interview.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Ed Snyder was still alive, that would have been perfect. Because, he did it all. And we've talked to Lou Nolan, who's been around for years.
Oh, yeah.
And Lou Schoenfeld, who was like Ed Snyder's right-hand man.
Sure.
We didn't do a full on-camera interview, but we saw him for a little while, and he was really nice. He had a book signing. So, but Ed Snyder would have been perfect. It's a shame we weren't doing this when he was still alive. That would have been great.
Yeah, would it have been such a great interview?
I would have absolutely tuned in. That would have been a fun interview. I would have enjoyed it. I love Ed Snyder still to this day. So, again, that I just really wanted to talk to you both about, that bond that you've created over the Flyers. Wanted to have some fun with this, obviously, ask some fun questions. But now I want to give you folks the floor. Anything that you would like to promote, anything that you would like to add as well. The floor is yours. So take it away.
Father.
Okay. Well, first of all, thanks very much. We really enjoyed doing this. It's great we've never been a guest before, so that's awesome.
Sure.
And I guess just, we put these up every Friday. And they're something a little different. First of all, we're positive. Even as bad as last season was, we try to find the positives in life and in hockey. Like there are things to look forward to. And so while there's a lot of great shows like yours and other ones that like kind of focus on the game itself, we try to keep ours a little different. Yes,
sure,
we'll talk about the games, but we try to do just something to cheer you up, between the interviews she gets or the showing off and stuff. And we just try to be a positive kind of, thing for something,
Sure.
Sure, last season stunk. Nobody's happy, but there's no need to keep wallowing in it, and we just try to be as positive as possible. Not saying everybody has to. Everybody's certainly got a right to be upset, but we just like to be a little different. It's just a happy thing for people to look forward to.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. How about you, Cheyanne? Any lasting comments? Anything you'd like to promote as well?
I don't really think so.
Okay, kid, you've done great.
I don't got much.
Yeah, she, like you said, though, she has talked to a lot of great Flyers in the past. So if anybody wants to check out the back episodes, they usually write in the title to say the person's name that she talked to that week. So, they're all back there.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. The link will be included to your YouTube channel as well. I'll make sure that that's included in the Twitter the tweet that we send out, the Facebook as well, on the live stream right now. Actually, it's up there as well. So everybody listening right now, go check out Father Daughters Talk Flyers. Check those out.
I know it's a mouthful, but she
it is.
insisted,
I'm
so.
sorry. I was
No, it's
never
like-
the greatest at reading.
When she, yeah. This is, I mean, it's our channel, but I really wanted her to be involved. So she drew the logo you all see. She named the channel. It's, you know, it's not, again, it's not me making her do something. This is her, I shape, but these are her ideas. So, yeah. And she's currently at 90 subscribers. She's trying to get to 100. So
all right.
if anybody likes this, please don't forget to subscribe.
Certainly. There you go. That's our objective here. If you're listening right now, go check out their YouTube channel, subscribe to it. You'll get a new video every Friday, like they had mentioned as well. Awesome interviews. I'm sure there's going to be some more fantastic interviews coming up soon. But, you know, again, guys, I just want to say thank you for coming on. It's been a pleasure having you. It was great to be able to talk to you about, you know, your relationship, the Flyers, bringing it all together. But, you know, again, we'll look to maybe do this again here down the road once we do get to 100 subscribers. Got a couple more episodes too, and we'll have another fun interview like this.
We really enjoyed it. You had fun?
Yeah, I definitely did.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Hey, thank you, folks. And again, you know, for everybody listening, go check out their YouTube page, Twitter as well. Mike's on Twitter here at JerseyMike_FDTF. I'm on Twitter at PodStreetBob. And well, again, thanks for listening, and hope you folks have a wonderful rest of your week.
Thank you.